What if the love of your life wasn't found in a crowded cafe, a chance encounter, or a romantic coincidence, but with a single swipe on your phone? In a world full of temporary connections and endless scrolling, two strangers stumbled upon something rare, something real. Their story wasn't perfect. It wasn't planned, but it proved one thing: even in today's fast-paced digital world, love can still surprise us, change us, and last forever. Love looks different today. It doesn't always start with handwritten letters or chance meetings in bookstores. Sometimes it begins with a notification, a message, or even a simple swipe. In a world filled with distractions, temporary connections, and endless scrolling, finding something real feels almost impossible. But every once in a while, a story comes along that reminds us love hasn't disappeared. It's just changed shape. This is one such story, a modern romance that began in the most unexpected way, yet grew into something timeless. He felt the same. After countless half-hearted exchanges and connections that fizzled out, he had stopped expecting anything real. Every conversation sounded the same. Every introduction felt rehearsed. Yet there he was, one more evening, scrolling without much hope. And then her profile appeared. Not the most glamorous, not even the flashiest. But something about it felt different. Her smile wasn't staged. Her words weren't generic. There was honesty there, a softness that drew him in. And for her, when she paused at his profile, it wasn't the photos or the carefully crafted bio that stopped her. It was one line, simple and unpolished, that made her think, this feels real. She hesitated, thumb hovering, debating whether to swipe or scroll past. Then, with a quiet laugh to herself, she thought, why not? And that was it, a simple motion, a digital choice that would set their entire story into motion. The first message was short, casual. She expected a slow, awkward reply. But when his response arrived, it wasn't what she had braced for. It wasn't forced. It wasn't cheesy. It wasn't another copy-paste attempt at charm. It was warm, curious, genuine. From there, the conversation flowed. Hours passed without them realizing, words filling the gaps between them like a bridge being built. Nights turned into mornings as their chats stretched on, long after the world had gone to sleep. They laughed, they teased, they shared pieces of themselves they didn't usually reveal to strangers. Yet, behind every digital connection, doubt lingers. Was it real? Or was it just another fleeting bond that would vanish with time? Both carried those questions silently, not daring to speak them out loud. Until one day, after weeks of late-night conversations and endless notifications, he typed the words, "Would you like to meet?" She stared at the message for a long time, her heart racing faster than she expected. She typed and deleted her reply 3 times before finally hitting send, yes. Their first meeting was simple. A quiet cafe in the heart of the city. No grand gestures, no elaborate plans. Just two people stepping out of the safety of their screens and into the unpredictability of reality. At first, it was awkward, the kind of nervous smiles and hesitant small talk that come when strangers meet for the first time. But then, little by little, the walls began to crumble. The laughter they shared online returned. The comfort they had built over weeks of conversation found its way into the real world. And suddenly, it didn't feel like meeting someone new. It felt like coming home. After that day, everything changed. They began to see each other often, finding joy not in extravagant plans, but in simple, ordinary moments. Late-night walks under the streetlights, long talks in quiet parks, cozy dinners where conversation mattered more than the food. They built memories in the spaces in between, the kind of memories that stitched their lives together without them even realizing it. But like every modern romance, their love was tested. Technology, the very thing that had brought them together, also threatened to pull them apart. There were days when a delayed reply sparked unnecessary doubts, when scrolling through endless feeds filled their minds with comparisons, when the pressure of the fast-moving digital world made their bond feel fragile. There were arguments. Nights where silence replaced laughter. Days where unread messages lingered longer than they should have. Both wondered at times if their love could survive outside the glowing comfort of screens. One evening, After one of their biggest fights, they sat on opposite ends of their world, phones in hand, staring at unsent words. For the first time, it felt like this might really be the end. She typed out a message but couldn't bring herself to hit send. He stared at her last reply, unable to find the right response. And then, instead of sending another text, he did something different. He closed his phone, left his apartment, and made his way to her door. No messages, no emojis, no filters. Just him, standing there, heart pounding, ready to choose presence over distance. When she opened the door and saw him standing there, something shifted. The anger, the silence, the doubts, all of it melted away in an instant. Because in that moment, they both realized something important. Their story had started online, but it wasn't meant to stay there. It was real, tangible, alive. From then on, they loved differently. Stronger, deeper. Not in grand gestures, but in the little things that mattered most. The way she left notes on his fridge before leaving. The way he brought her favorite snacks on long study nights. The way they held hands a little tighter when the world felt too heavy. They discovered that love wasn't about being perfect. It was about being present. About choosing each other, again and again, even when it was difficult. About holding on, even when everything else told them to let go. They traveled together, capturing photos that filled their phones, but also savoring the moments when no camera was present. They laughed, they stumbled, they argued, they forgave. They grew not just as individuals, but as a pair, as partners, as best friends. Their story wasn't flawless. It was messy, complicated, filled with mistakes and misunderstandings. But it was also real. And in a world where so much feels artificial, that authenticity became their rarest treasure. Years later, as they sat together looking back on how it all began, they couldn't help but laugh. How strange it seemed that a single swipe, a single message, a single moment of curiosity had changed the course of their lives forever. How technology, often blamed for creating distance, had brought them together. And as they held hands, they realized something timeless. Love may look different in every generation, but its essence never changes. Whether it begins with a letter written in ink, a chance meeting in the rain, or a simple hello typed on a glowing screen, love will always find its way. At the end of the day, love isn't about how it starts. It's about how it survives, how it grows, and how it transforms two lives forever. Their journey proved that even in today's fast-moving digital world, love can still be pure, powerful, and lasting. And maybe, just maybe, their story is a reminder that your own unexpected romance could be one message away. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful tales of love, life, and the connections that truly matter.